In 48 hours, someone in your family will make a choice you can't undo. Archangel Michael tried to warn you, but you ignored the signs. Watch now, this is more than a warning, this is more than a message. This is a divine announcement wrapped in urgency. 48 hours, a countdown set in the spirit, long before your ears ever heard it. A moment marked not by coincidence, but by divine orchestration. You didn't find this message. Heaven pushed it before your eyes. Archangel Michael has been reaching for you, whispering through dreams that lingered longer than usual, stirring unease in your gut when nothing seemed wrong on the outside, nudging you with numbers, repeating sequences on clocks, receipts, license plates, 11112222444, each one a gentle tap from the realm that never sleeps. He tried to speak, but you brushed it off his chance. He tried to shake you, but you chalked it up to stress. But now, beloved, it can no longer wait. There is a shift moving through your family, not loud, not obvious, but real. Behind conversations, beneath gestures, wrong decisions, something irreversible is brewing. A choice is forming. A choice that once made cannot be undone. And the weight of that decision will not just affect them, it will ripple through you, your peace, your future. That is why heaven sounds the alarm. But this message, this isn't for everyone. This isn't for the spiritually numb or casually curious. This is a divine summons to the spiritually alert, to the ones who know something's off but can't explain it, to the ones who have been feeling it rise but couldn't name the fire. Archangel Michael's command is clear. Silence is now your strategy, and spiritual readiness is your survival. Obedience will be your protection. Do not run to explain. Do not move to defend. Do not panic. You are not abandoned. You are being preserved. Now the countdown begins. The angels have spoken, and the next 48 hours will test everything you've grown to trust. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 888 is now surrounding you. Hear now the voice of Archangel Michael. This is not a soft whisper. This is not a casual calling. This is heaven interrupting your scroll, your routine, your rhythm with something too holy to be ignored. This message was delayed not by accident, but by divine timing. And now, with holy fire in his wings, Archangel Michael steps forward for the final time. Not to suggest, but to declare within 48 hours a decision will be made that changes everything. This is the last warning, the final trumpet before the storm breaks. The heavens have watched as the signs gathered. The uneasiness you felt, it wasn't imagination. The dreams you dismissed, they were blueprints. The feeling that time was running out, it was the spirit whispering, "Watch closely." The repeated numbers, the strange silence, the shifting eyes at the dinner table, the subtle absence of warmth where love once rested. Every flicker was a divine signal. You thought it was just emotional confusion, but it was divine foreshadowing. Someone in your family is on the edge of a decision, an irreversible step, a covenant, a contract, a confession, or a betrayal. And this moment is no longer in the natural, it is rooted in the spiritual. This was written before time began, but you chosen one were not meant to be surprised. You were meant to be prepared. Archangel Michael was dispatched. You were visited, you were stirred, but still many of you ignored the signs. Now the spiritual realm must speak louder. This is not coincidence. This is not a suggestion. This is a divine summons wrapped in mercy, sealed in urgency. You have 48 hours to align, to obey, to prepare. The enemy is strategic. He does not announce his arrival. He infiltrates through familiar faces, comfortable habits, and emotional openings. But heaven is not silent. Heaven sends its mightiest. And I, Michael, stand armed with sword and fire, defending those who heed this call. This isn't about fear. This is about readiness. Silence is now a command, not a suggestion. Do not confront. Do not react. Do not expose what you know. Speak only when led. Move only when released. Your obedience is your preservation. And now, before the door closes, heaven speaks one last time. Hear it, receive it, act upon it. If this message resonates with you and you feel move it to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $120. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here. Link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I am anointed" in the comments. If you receive this message, blessing code 1516 is now activated. Tumping feels off, doesn't it? And not just today. It's been brewing silently, steadily. You've noticed it though, you couldn't always name it. That subtle shift in tone when they speak, the way certain names are now spoken in high tones, the way the house feels full of noise yet spiritually empty. The love feels deformed. The smiles don't reach their eyes anymore. Archangel Michael speaks again. What you're sensing is real. You're not paranoid. You're not overly sensitive. You are spiritually aware. And this awareness is a gift, not a burden. Heaven has sharpened your senses to detect what others can't see. The slow unraveling of truth behind closed doors. Plans are being formed. Choices are being weighed. Words are being exchanged without your knowledge, but not without spiritual consequence. There are betrayals you've yet to fully uncover. There are decisions being made in your absence. Conversations at behind your back, coated with smiles, but filled with secrets. You've been excluded from womb. You used to walk freely in emotional coldness where warmth once lived. Some have chosen strategy over sincerity. Some have chosen position over purity. They smile with you, but plan without you. You know it's true. You felt it in your spirit, though they've denied it with their lips. The laughter feels rehearsed. The affection feels mechanical. You've questioned yourself. Am I overthinking this? But heaven says no. You are discerning correctly. There are intentions cloaked in kindness, your secrets dressed in civility. But the Spirit of God does not confuse. He confirms, and today, through this message, you are being confirmed. What you feel is real, but do not hate them. This disruption is not just about betrayal, it is a divine unmasking. Their shift is not to break you, it is to awaken you. Heaven is exposing the undercurrent so that you are not swept away by it. Stay alert, stay sober, stay anchored. Now is not the time to confront, it is the time to discern. Listen with your spirit. Observe in silence. Trust what the Holy One is revealing. The tension is not random, it is a spiritual disturbance. The Spirit is stirring the hidden to the surface. Be suspicious not of them, but of the Spirit behind the shift. Because sometimes the enemy hides in the familiar. Sometimes the attack doesn't come from the outside. It comes from within. But hear this. It may surprise you, but it won't destroy you, because heaven has already gone before you. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving us super thanks with contributions of up to $110. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here. Link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I am alert" in the comments if you feel this message. Blessing code 7272 is now guarding your family. You must understand this. What you're experiencing is not just a family issue. It is a spiritual test disguised as a domestic disturbance. This is not just tension. This is not just coincidence. This is war wearing the face of familiarity. The destruction you feel is not against flesh and blood. It is against principalities, against powers, against spiritual wickedness in high places. It has taken on the language of conflict, but its roots are ancient and unseen. This is a test of allegiance. A divine filter has been placed over your household, and spirits are being exposed by the pressure. You've wondered, why are they changing? Why are they withdrawing? Why does it feel like loyalty is thinning? Because you are being refined, not rejected, refined, not removed, repositioned. Archangel Michael says this: the enemy always uses the familiar. He doesn't knock on your door dressed as a demon. He slips in through the ones you trust. He uses what's close. He uses the mouths that have kissed your cheek. He uses the hands that have fed you. He hides in comfort zones because he knows your guard is down where love used to live. But the Spirit says, do not be confused. You are not being punished. You are being purified. Heaven has decided that your next level can no longer afford old alliances, and sometimes it takes betrayal to break the invisible chains. It takes disloyalty to reveal divine loyalty, and takes shaking to set the foundation. You are not paranoid. You are prophetic. The spiritual realm is watching. Angels are standing guard. Every decision you make right now echoes beyond time. Every silence, every obedience, every act of discernment is writing your spiritual legacy. The heavens are not neutral. They are actively engaged in your defense. You are not in this alone. You are surrounded by those who war in the spirit for your peace. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it feels like isolation. But heaven calls it consecration. When God separates you, it feels like abandonment, but it is the signature of elevation. You are not losing them. You are gaining alignment. Let go of needing to understand everything right now. Spiritual movements rarely come with explanations, but Archangel Michael assures you this divine tension is not breaking you. It's building you. It's birthing your discernment. It's purging your atmosphere. It's unlocking your next season. And when it's over, you will not return to who you were. You will be wiser, stronger, sharper. The very ones who distance themselves will watch your spirit ascend, and they won't understand how heaven moves so swiftly on your behalf. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you received this word. Blessing code 4444 is now fortifying your spirit. Listen closely now. The winds are shifting, the veil is thinning, and what has been stirring in secret is about to step into plain view. Heaven is alert, the angelic realm is in motion, and Archangel Michael sounds the trumpet again. A decision is being formed right now. A choice that looks small on the outside but carries eternal consequence. They are almost ready to speak it, ready to sign it, ready to send it, and when they do, the outcome will not be one that can be reversed. This is the kind of moment heaven tried to warn you about. You've seen the signs but didn't know what they meant. Missed calls with no explanation, unusual silences, sudden mood, swings, the irritation in their voice when you ask simple questions. The pressure is building, but it is not just emotional, it is spiritual pressure rising like a tide that cannot be stopped. You've tried to rationalize it. You've tried to stay calm, but something inside you, something divine has been telling you to watch more than you speak. That was not anxiety, that with the Spirit signaling your soul to awaken. Now hear this, the decision may not come as a confrontation. It may come quietly through a signature on a document, a hidden agreement, a silent departure, a betrayal veiled in politeness. You may not see the moment it happens, but your spirit will feel the shift. This is why Archangel Michael declares, "Do not dismiss your discernment. The realm of spirit is louder than ever. The Spirit of God is shouting in ways only the sensitive can hear. You must be vigilant. You must pray without ceasing. You must be still but deeply awake." You felt the tremors, now the quake is near. Do not try to stop what is coming. That is not your assignment. Your task is alignment, not interference. This is not your battle to fight in flesh. It is your battle to win in spirit. And let it be known, while they finalize what they think is hidden, heaven is finalizing your protection. While they move in shadow, angels move in light. What they think is power, God sees as permission for your deliverance, your evolution, your rise. In 48 hours, the shift becomes visible. Be still, be wise, be covered. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $1.50. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here. Link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I am covered" in the comments if this word reaches your spirit. Blessing code 8888 is now in motion around you. Now the Spirit says, be still. This is not the time to react. This is not the hour to defend. The greatest spiritual weapon you hold right now is not your voice. It is your silence. It is not your argument. It is your restraint. Heaven whispers through Archangel Michael, say nothing, watch everything. Spirit first. There is a reason the Holy One has not permitted you to respond. There is a reason your heart burned, but your mouth was sealed. Divine strategy is not always vocal. It is often veiled in quiet power, because the loudest move in the spirit realm is made when the chosen one stays silent, covered, obedient. When you withhold your flesh, you unleash your favor. Now hear this truth and hold it sacred. Heaven is already confronting for you. You do not need to expose them. You do not need to chase clarity. You do not need to defend your innocence. Your name has already been echoed in heaven's courtrooms. Your silence is a witness. Your stillness is a weapon. Archangel Michael surrounds you now, not with words, but with warfare. The kind that moves silently, the kind that makes no announcement, but leaves undeniable results. The kind that confuses the enemy because the enemy cannot read silence. The enemy thrives on your reaction. But when you do not react, you become invisible to his trap. The Lord says you are not late, you are not lost, you are not forgotten. And so take sanctuary in the Spirit. Build your shelter in prayer, enter the hiding place of the Most High, and remain under the shadow of the Almighty. There, under that holy canopy, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. No kim will succeed. No betrayal will breach your peace. Now repeat these divine affirmations aloud or within your spirit. I am covered, I am guided, I am not late, I move in heaven's time, not human pressure. Repeated daily, seal your mornings with it. Shield your nights with it, because these words are not mere statements. They are spiritual decrees, and heaven honors what is declared in faith. Grow the boundary now. What heaven has shown you is not always meant to be touched. Some truths are for discernment, not discussion. Some revelations are for preparation, not confrontati on what they do next, is not your assignment. Your assignment is to stay hidden in God and let Him expose what needs revealing. Let them talk. Let them guess. Let them assume. You are not who you were, and you are no longer available to be manipulated by fear. The storm may roar, but your obedience will silence it. Because when you obey heaven's silence, you unleash heaven's sound, the sound of protection, the sound of justice, the sound of favor that follows you without announcement. You've been loud long enough. Now let your stillness speak, let your obedience roar, and remember, Archangel Michael has drawn the circle around you, a perimeter of protection, a sacred shield. You do not walk alone. You are escorted by the hosts of heaven. Type I am shielded in the comments if you choose obedience blessing code. 3003 is surrounding your atmosphere now. Rise now, a dime for fear is finished. The time for silence was necessary, but now a shift comes upon you. Holy turning, you will no longer view yourself as the victim of this moment. You are the vessel of victory. You are not abandoned. You are advancing. They may have chosen shadows, but you carry light. Heaven did not call you to cower. Heaven called you to command, not in arrogance, but in holy authority. You've been underestimated because they only saw your past season. They saw your tears, but not your transformation. They saw your stillness, but not your strategy. They saw your waiting, but not the weapon you were becoming. Hear it clearly, you've been weaponized by the weight. Every delay formed you, every betrayal shaped you, every silence honed your spirit. And now, like wings stretching wide after being cocooned, your destiny begins to unfurl. You will not shrink, you will not second-guess, you will not bow to confusion or guilt. You are not the same, and that is what scares them. You are no longer attached to appeasement, no longer shackled by their expectations. You have tasted truth, and truth has ruined your appetite for lies. You have seen light, and darkness cannot bribe you anymore. You have grown not louder, but deeper. Now the fire within you burns brighter than the one around you. It is time to walk as if you know who you are. Heaven has not whispered your name in secret for you to hide it in shame. You are rising, and as you rise, the noise will increase, but your peace will outrun it. Ashes to flame, still waters to crashing waves. This is your metamorphosis. The same people who dismissed your silence will soon witness your elevation, and they won't understand how it happened. But you will know it wasn't a reaction. It was a rebirth. Do not go back for their validation. Do not re-enter where your spirit was starved. Do not seek favor with those who mishandled your presence. You were not cast out. You were called out. And now, with heaven watching and Archangel Michael standing guard, you step into the truth. You are not weak, you are not behind, you are not disqualified, you are the rising storm cloaked in serenity. You are the divine echo of answered prayers. You are the proof that stillness births strength. If this message resonates with you and you feel, move it to support. Consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $110. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here. Link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I am empowered" in the comments if this word activated you. Blessing code 1717 is now blazing over your journey. There is something you must now receive. Not with your mind alone, but with your spirit wide open. This disruption you are living through is not your destruction, it is your unlocking. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it confuses. But this pain is not punishment, it is preparation. The delay you hated was heaven's defense. The rejection you cried over was divine redirection. But looked like stagnation was actually strategic isolation. You were not being abandoned, you were being aligned. Hear now the voice of Archangel Michael, clear, unwavering, eternal. What you are walking through is sacred choreography. Heaven rearranges what man tries to chain. When people conspire in secret, heaven begins to craft promotion in silence. The conversations they hid from you were not losses. They were liberation. What they concealed, God revealed. What they withheld, God multiplied. You do not need their affirmation, because your name has already been whispered in heavenly halls. Your purpose is being announced in rooms your feet haven't yet entered. You are not late, you are in divine rhythm, and now comes the fire. But it is not to burn you, it is to unlock you. This fire is the key that loosens everything that tried to bind you. Through it, you will gain access to what was withheld. Through it, you will reclaim what was stolen. Through it, you will realize you never needed what you thought you lost. This fire is sacred. It is separating, it is refining, and it will leave no residue of fear on your soul. Now you understand the betrayal was a vehicle. The silence was a signal. The sudden shift in your family, it had to happen. They had to expose. He had donned seat because heaven never builds on broken allegiance, and God never sends elevation into contaminated atmosphere. Every hidden hand, every whisper, every disguised agenda, it was needed. It pushed you into revelation. It pushed you into clarity, and now heaven says, this is your unblocking. Archangel Michael confirms it. Heaven has been waiting for this exact moment. The alignment of emotion, discernment, obedience, and surrender has now reached full measure. The door is open. The season is shifting. The spirit realm is roaring. What was denied is about to be delivered. Type "YM unlocked" in the comments. If this word hits your spirit, blessing code 5151 is now descending into your situation. This is the moment, not the moment to act in flesh, but to posture in spirit. You've heard the warning. You've endured the shaking. Now the Spirit calls you to respond, not with volume but with vision, not with reaction but with resolve. Your yes must now match heaven's plan. Heaven is not waiting on their apology. Heaven is waiting on your agreement. Destiny does not require their validation, it requires your obedience. And now the angels lean forward, waiting for your decision, not to fix the past, but to step into the future, not to win the argument, but to claim the inheritance. Declare it boldly. I rise. I choose heaven's timing. I release what must go. This declaration is not light. It is legal. It activates movement in realms you cannot see. It shifts strongholds. It calls angels into formation. Because when you release what burdens you, you open what blesses you. Now imagine the door, a door only your spirit can open. A door others have stood near but were never called to cross. That door is now before you, etched with your name, sealed with divine intention, timed by the Creator Himself. Only your surrender can unlock it. But here's the truth. You cannot open this door carrying old weights. You cannot drag guilt, fear, or misplaced loyalty into your next dimension. The family you love may not understand. The people you've walked with may not agree, but your calling outweighs their comfort. No family loyalty should outweigh spiritual truth. No tradition should outrank revelation. This is your Abraham moment, when God calls you out from what is familiar to walk toward what is promised. It won't feel fair, it won't look normal, but destiny has never been about comfort. It's always been about calling. Archangel Michael speaks with fire in his tone. Choose alignment over approval. Choose calling over comfort. Choose the anointing over applause. You were not born to blend in. You were not chosen to be silent. You were summoned to stand in holy tension, carrying peace in the middle of warfare, carrying discernment while others remain blind. This moment is not for everyone, but it is for you. You've cried, you've questioned, but still you are standing, and that alone means you've already begun to rise. Now speak destiny aloud. Mark your atmosphere with truth. I rise in divine timing. I accept heaven's will. I activate the door prepared for me. I move without apology. I walk in the light and leave behind the shadows, because the heavens have voided, the Spirit has confirmed. And now your agreement is the final key. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $1.20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here. Link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type Y walk through the door in the comments if you receive this activation. Blessing code 6116 is now unlocking divine pathways. There are battles you never fought but still won. Victories that were not shouted but whispered in secret. Outcomes that were decided not in boardrooms, not in bedrooms, not in conversations, but in the courts of heaven. And now Archangel Michael reveals what your natural eyes could not see. There has been a silent exchange in the spirit realm. While you wept, heaven was writing. While you wait and angels were negotiating. While you said nothing, your spirit said everything, because the loudest cry in the spirit is not always verbal, it is obedient stillness, and that stillness has moved the hand of God. This moment was never about earthly validation. It was about heavenly transaction. There are things being transferred to you right now, not because you demanded it, not because you earned it, but because you endured without compromising your alignment. In the silence, the spirit realm responded. Documents sealed in the enemy's grip are now being redirected. Territories that were blocked are being unlocked. Honor that was withheld is now returning. Restoration is not coming, it has already begun. This is what the enemy didn't want you to. Know that while you were being ignored, heaven was increasing your influence. That while they planned behind closed doors, angels stood between you and their schemes. That while they assumed your silence meant weakness, the Spirit of the living God roared through your obedience. Heaven is retrieving what was stolen legally, spiritually, eternally. This is not just restoration, it is holy reversal. The very rooms they tried to block you from will now require your presence. The resources withheld are being routed. The favor delayed is now descending, and you will not have to chase it. It will chase you, but do not rush to announce it. The exchanges still finish you, though the natural has not fully caught up. The spiritual contract has already been signed. Keep your posture. Maintain your watch, because your stillness is protecting what is being delivered. What you felt before those nights. You couldn't sleep, that tightness in your chest, that mysterious unrest. It wasn't just stress, it was a signal. Your spirit walked ahead of your mind. You were picking up on negotiations in the realm of glory, and now it is unfolded. Yes, the shift is spiritual, but soon it will be seen. Hold the line. Let your soul not grow weary now. The final delivery is approaching, and what's coming will not resemble what you lost. It will exceed it. Type "I receive the exchange" in the comments if this speaks to your spirit. Blessing code 7770 is releasing divine settlements over your life. Now let heaven speak clearly and without restraint. Justice is already moving. It may not look like it yet. The scales may seem tilted. The liars may still be laughing. The manipulators may still appear confident. But Archangel Michael declares from the throne's decree, what was meant to wound you will launch you. There is no delay in the spirit, only divine precision. God was not ignoring. He was investigating. He was gathering evidence. Every word they whispered, every plot they designed, every moment they manipulated your absence. They thought it went unnoticed, with the judge of all things saw it. And now the gavel has dropped. Justice is flowing invisibly before it flows visibly. This is how heaven moves. It starts in secret. It begins in the clouds before it rains on the ground. And now the storm is coming, not to destroy you, but to wash away the lies, to reveal who stood with honor and who stood in deception, to reverse what the enemy thought he could seal. They will witness your favor, and they will not understand how it found you so swiftly. Archangel Michael is clear. This is the hour of divine reversal, where the last becomes first, where the forgotten becomes faded, where the cast out becomes crowned. It was never about public applause. It was always about divine positioning. You endured shame. You bore the pain, and now heaven says you've qualified for recompense. What they thought were your barrel was actually your planting, and now the bloom will shock them all. Favor is coming, but not through the hands you expected. It will find you through strangers, through unexpected opportunities, through portals you didn't even know were open. Because when heaven reverses the narrative, it also reverses the root. Do not retaliate. Do not reach for revenge. Your silence is loud enough. Your humility is holy, and your vindication is already in progress. Glory is coming not just to cover what was lost, but to declare what was gain. This was never punishment. It was preparation. You've been tested. You've been watched. And now you are being rewarded. Justice delayed is not justice denied. And today the Spirit speaks boldly. What is owed to you is being returned with interest. You'll know it when it happens. Peace will precede it. Confirmation will follow it. And everything that once confused you will suddenly make sense. If this message resonates with you and you feel move it to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $15. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here. Link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "Justice is mine" in the comments if you believe your reversal has begun. Blessing code 2323 is activating God's restoration in your life. And now, beloved soul, receive the closing seal. Archangel Michael steps forward once more. Not with warning, but with blessing. Not with fire, but with favor, not to shake you, but to strengthen you. You have heard the message. You have been awakened. You have been summoned, and you have responded. Within 48 hours, choices will be made, but so will miracles. Yes, the decision coming from within your family may shift the ground beneath you. Yes, the choice they make may seem irreversible in the natural, but what man attempts to break gone can still rebuild. What looks final to them is still flexible in the hands of heaven. So do not fear what you cannot control. Do not mourn what is moving, because in the shaking there is also settling. In the closing of one door, another opens. And even when you don't see how it's already being written in your favor. And now receive this final covering. May you be seen even when others overlook you. May you be sealed even when others try to expose you. May you be sovereign, walking in divine authority, no longer waiting for permission. You are not late, you are not lost, you are not defeated. You are chosen, you were worn because you are destined. You were shaken because you are sacred. And now you rise not in bitterness, but in boldness. You rise not to retaliate, but to reign. The next 48 hours will confirm everything heaven has spoken. Watch closely, stay silent, walk boldly, and remember, this is not the end. It is the divine beginning. Type "I am sealed" in the comments if you receive this final word. Blessing code 1212 is now resting over your entire household.